call meeting to order at 11. Please join us for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
Ready?
Present.
Trustee Hilliard?
Present.
Trustee Pennock?
Present.
Fiscal Officer.
Present.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the October 3rd, 2023 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Summary of the work session, please.
Today we discussed some follow-up regarding the Grand River budget, sanitary grant request options that we have out to the county, moving to a lab tech for the rest of the administration service department. A reminder that our next meeting will be on November 8th, which is a Wednesday, not Tuesday, since that's election day. The fire chief discussed a new washer purchase at Station 3. They held their founders breakfast again. The assistant chief attended the Riverside Public School safety class with the seniors there as their first class to get the program started. We discussed promotional testing within the fire department and the retention grant that we received from the state. Service director discussed Heatherstone drainage issues and follow up with that area. The OPWC project notices will be going out to residents later in November or December. We sent a few of our employees for snow and ice training to get ready for the upcoming winter season. Curbside leaf collection will be November 18th and December 2nd this year. We also discussed culvert replacement and installation options and the possibility with Nelmar Drive concrete repair options. Planning and zoning discussed where we're at with the TIF agreement, tower and town center options, mobile home park regulations, and property on Bacon Road.
Okay. Any old business from the floor? Any new business from the floor? This is public comment. Yes, if you, anybody? No? Okay.
Wait, he wants to speak.
Okay, please come up, state your name and address for the record.
Need to come to the podium?
Lectern.
Because this meeting streams need to come to the podium.
Robert McDougall in New Haven Colony, 133 Nantucket. It's just hold on, sir. Just two quick questions and then one of your opinion. As you know, I'm associated with Mr. Falvey and the people that try to help a little bit with the parade, the St. Patrick's Parade. Have you decided on a date? As you may know, next year's leap year, so the Sunday, March 17th is St. Patrick's Day. You think you're going to have it on the 17th then?
Most likely.
We've reached out to one of the people we had last year, the stilt walkers, and they were to send a contract. Did they send a contract to you, Holly? No? Okay. We'll check with them again. Lastly, we are trying to arrange for bagpipe. They're few and far between. We contacted Mr. Neil Conway, who's kind of big in the Irish community, and he referred Holly to Bruce Gregg, who was kind of world famous in that regard. I haven't heard back anything. We'll keep pursuing that if possible. And lastly, if you recall, last year we tried to have a sing-along with the people along the parade route. It didn't work out very well because our DJ, Mr. Jeremy James, he was too far away from the people. His equipment didn't project loud enough, and the parade was moving, so he never really got to establish a rapport with anybody. I'm asking your opinion. If we had like a golf cart and we headed out 20 minutes ahead of the parade, he would have time, if we went up the sidewalk, to stop, engage the people, do a little bit of his thing, and that would be done and over with before the parade starts. I mean, logistically, Do you see problems with that?
So, in my opinion, really quick, because
I can't.
I believe he's a paid. You have to pay to have him to your event, and that
Oh yeah,
I don't know that.
Ganley Chrysler Plymouth pays him.
Yeah, and I don't know that he adds much to that family event for that parade that it's worth to spend that money. That's just my opinion. And logistically,
He
with
was very inexpensive. He did it
well,
almost for free. I mean, what we didn't get was he didn't have time to interact with people. What we're trying to do is let him.
I don't know that interaction in a parade. I mean, I don't know that adds anything. I think there's other things we can do that, in my opinion, is that we get away from Jeremy James at that parade, unless he wants to come out on his own and do something. But I don't see spending money on that for the parade.
We're not paying it. Somebody else is
Would
paying
you
it.
object to that if we arranged it?
Well, I don't think logistically you can go up and down the road on a golf cart prior to the parade because the road will still be open.
Yeah,
We
they
don't-
close the sheriff's office closes that road X amount of minutes right before the parade starts.
I was talking about possibly going down the sidewalk.
where everybody's going to be.
Well, I
sitting and
think,
standing.
and here's the thing, I appreciate your efforts. Like, I want you to know, I know there's been some back and forth over the years, but we appreciate your efforts because there's not people lining up to help with the parade. So I want to make it clear, we appreciate your efforts and your interest in helping. But I think that some of the things, while they may be a good idea, like for instance, coming down the sidewalk, you have people that are on the sidewalk all the way up to the edge of the road. So trying to navigate that with a golf cart could pose an issue with people having to move or them having to drive into the road, which could cause a safety issue. So, again, like I said, I appreciate the efforts, but I think that it just would be too much logistically to try to keep them safe, keep people out of the way from golf carts, keep them out of the road with the golf cart while traffic is still coming down the road before the sheriff's office closes that and before we close the side roads. I just think it would be too much to try to navigate that with all the moving parts that happen because so many things happen in that few instances right before we kick off the parade and where everybody's lined up. I just think it might be too difficult because if you look at all the videos and pictures, they're all the way up to the edge of the curb. People are sitting there on the edge of the curb. So to get that golf cart all the way down Menor Avenue on the sidewalk, I think would just be too difficult. I think, and safety wise, I just don't think it would be.
With wheelchairs with their walkers, they wouldn't be able to.
And I mean, sheriff's office here. I don't know if you want to weigh in, but I just think it would be too much to try to navigate a golf cart through people on the street before it's closed and all that type of stuff. I don't know what.
Well, even when it's closed, it's tricky. I mean, because you have to reinforce it with certain people. So it could be. I would agree with some incentives for sure. It'd be a little bit tricky with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, safety being paramount. So.
And if Ganley's willing to donate, make a contribution to the parade, I'd prefer them to maybe take care of the stilt walkers instead of a contract coming to us.
Like, cause yeah, this for instance, the stilt walker that you brought into the mix, that was a very cool addition to the parade, right? The Jeremy James thing, and Jeremy's a cool guy. I know him, nothing against him, but I just think a parade's meant to move along, engage for a second with that person that's passing, and then engage with the next. So I think trying to bring that element into it. So what Josh is saying is, and Chuck we're not paying for it; it's being sponsored, which is great. But maybe we could have them allocate that sponsorship to something additional along the lines of a stilt walker, bagpipes, dancers, something a moving thing that doesn't necessarily need long engagement, but people would get enjoyment from seeing it in the parade if they're willing to contribute. You know what I mean? So it's not that we don't want extra things in the parade, but I think it's got to be something that fits and works with the speed of a parade, in the way that it's not like Fairport where they close it all down and the roads are closed for an hour before the parade starts. Ours is instantaneous and it's a go, So logistically, I think that would be too difficult to do. But if Ganley wants to be involved, we would love him involved if we can put the heads together and find something else to put their money towards, like the stilt walkers that you found or something like that. I think that would be, that would be great.
Yeah.
Let me ask a question. The part about the guy with the parade, the part with the gentleman, you said he did the parade last year, but it didn't work. Where was he? He was like in the middle of the road. Is that what was going on?
He was in a van from Ganley Chrysler.
Oh, he just rolled in the parade.
He
So-
was in one of their
in the
fancy
parade.
He was in the
He was
parade.
part of it.
Yeah, it's just, I think what he's trying to achieve is to engage people. You have to either be stopped to get people's attention, get them involved with what you're doing, get them engaged. Where it's a parade that's a constant moving
Right.
thing.
It's
so.
not like Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City where they stop, do a show, and then move on.
Right.
This is
So let me just throw one more thing with this parade, and it kind of plays into this. So I know last year, and I got mad because my daughter was driving my vehicle, and whoever was at the start of this thing, so we were up front, right? I mean, we're up front. Whoever's up front at the very front, and it's probably the what do you call those guys? The marshals, the grand marshals. So it's probably them, but they got so far up in front, there was a huge gap, and trying to keep up with them, the front of this parade's got to be slowed because it just flew down the road, and there was probably a good 50 to 100 yards between me. I told my daughter to stop because I'm trying to pass the candy out and do this thing, and it's
Yeah,
getting.
I mean, it does get some separation. So I
Oh
think
my lord!
as we get closer to get through our next couple holidays and we start planning that's definitely something we should.
Got to slow it
discuss, yeah.
down.
Okay.
Because there's just too much of a gap. And then I think somebody else was playing behind us, and there was another gap. So it's got to be coordinated.
So and
But if the guy wanted to do something, then he's got to be, a golf cart. Let him be the golf cart, but then he can go off to the side of the road. But yeah, you can't shut the road.
we can't stop. And like the sheriff said, he doesn't want him on the road when it's.
Yeah, prior to it, I get it. I mean, it's a nice idea. I really like it, but he can't go on the sidewalk because of all the people up there. There's just not room. And then to put him in the road, then we're gonna have to shut the road down that much ahead of time for that, which is I know we're already shut it. What time do we shut it down now?
It's like
5
literally
minutes
like
before.
5 minutes before the
5
parade
minutes
starts.
before.
They shut it down, let it clear, and then we go. That's where we're at with that. So.
All right, let's go.
But
Is that good?
Let's move on. I appreciate the coming in and having this conversation instead of just bringing it up, like throwing it at us. So if some things come up, feel free to bring them up this way. That way we can kind of stay ahead and be on the same page.
We'll probably hire the juggler again as well.
Okay.
The fellow that did the juggling.
Okay.
It's I guess what we'll have to be sure of is if talent is being hired for the parade, if it's through a donation, that's communicated. Because we just can't get a bill for something that we didn't arrange or didn't know about.
We have quite a bit of money lined up in an account with Karen out in front here. What Mr. Falvey collected in 2022, which wasn't used, and the 1,400 that we brought in last year, we only used 800 of it.
So what we'll do is over the next couple weeks, we'll spend a little time to get an actual accounting of what we have. And
So that's separate. That's a separate account out there.
yeah, I'm saying, but we can see what we actually have, what expenditures we've had in the past, and then we can kind of work from there. So we'll start working on it here shortly, and then we'll get going from there.
I have
But
some calls out for prices and availability.
I think the most important thing here, though, is that any contributions, if you're seeking out contributions on behalf of the township, okay, those contributions would have to come to the township, right, in form of a check made out to Painesville Township. That way, money coming in and money going out can all be accounted for, just so we're all on the same page, okay? So, again, appreciate the fundraising efforts. We just got to make sure that, we're a governmental entity, so we have to make sure that all the,
Checks were made out to Painesville Township.
Okay.
Attention parade. And
Okay.
to her.
Okay, great. That's just what we need. That way we can match them up with expenditures, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
John Music 45 Coventry Drive. First of all, I want to thank Bill because he helped me out last time about the street lights. Well, and then we had another one. So I just want to let the people in Painesville Township know you can call the illuminating company and go online and you can, and like I had to add 16 Normandy. That's the one at the corner of Normandy. That's out also. There's 3. And nowadays, going along with the sheriff, we need all the safety and light we can get, just like I had talked to Frank and the sheriff. And they always said light is one of the best attributes to safety that you can get. So, and they give you a case number for each one, and they keep giving me updates. So I just wanted to tell the people in Painesville Township, do it. If you have a street light, that's flickering and or he says, it's either going to be a sensor or the light bulb, and so forth and so forth. But I encourage the people in Painesville Township to report them, because that's part of our tax dollars, street lights.
Right.
So let's get our money's worth. We're paying for them if they don't work or not.
And that's an instance where it's a prime example of, we operate during the day, so it's for us to. We can't go out at night and
Correct.
check
Correct.
street lights. So we need the residents to be the eyes for
Correct.
the township to notify and report those things so that they can be taken care
That's
of. Right?
well, I'm volunteering 4 days a week, and I get up at 5:30, so I'm
They're
up
still
pretty
on, right?
early. So yeah,
John's
for,
on
ano-
patrol.
for another couple weeks. But anyhow, beside the point, how much is 30 hours a week times 0.00? How much money is
Good
that?
value for whoever.
I'll
does
probably
it.
get a W-2 for it, but that's okay.
Right.
But anyhow, I just encourage everybody, and they'll give you a number, and they will give you a status on it. So I just want to encourage people that have a street light out here in Painesville Township.
Number to call?
I did it online.
Okay.
So,
Right,
just
their
go there
website.
and report, blah, blah, blah. You can just follow. And, but I encourage that for the people here in Painesville Township, because, lights are very, very important when it comes to security. And sadly, in my opinion, we're going to need all the security we can use. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Okay. Sheriff's Office.
Morning. Month of September, the Sheriff's Office recorded 1,349 calls for service. We had 7 injury accidents, 14 damage accidents. There's been a rise in that. I think that partially is attributed to the deer. We've had significant increase in deer car crashes abroad the township. So we had as far as arrest, all adults. We had a male arrested for possessing crack cocaine off a traffic stop, Northridge and Hale. Male for underage consumption, Menor Avenue. Male for possessing controlled substance, being fentanyl. We had a male arrested for OVI, and that was on 535. The passenger also was arrested for possessing meth, controlled substance. We had a male arrested for assault off of Clipper Cove, a male for OVI from Northridge, a female possessing drug paraphernalia from a traffic stop, Menor Avenue, adult male OVI from Park Road Extension, female arrested for OVI accident on 84 near Heatherstone, near the school, a male disorderly conduct arrest from Lanark Cove. A male was arrested for domestic violence and assault from Menor Avenue in the area of Cambridge. We had 1 warrant arrest that came from the high school. We had 46 alarms we responded to, 47 citations we issued for traffic enforcement, 296 warnings. We had a good effort there for the month on traffic enforcement. 20 DOS. Sorry, I'm being attacked here by something. 20
Beaches are in here too.
20 driving under suspension incidents, 5 OVIs, as stated above. Business checks, we performed 92. We completed 54 crime prevention and neighborhood checks. We were able to get the bike out considerably. Bike patrol units, some of these neighborhoods with the weather cooperating. Animal complaints, we had 31. We had handled 5 assaults, 5 ATV complaints, 2 breaking enterings to vehicles. Those were Northridge and Morrell Avenue. Breaking and entering the structures, those were Kenilworth and Blackbrook. We had 37 civil complaints, no death investigations. We had assisted with disabled motorists for a total of 17 assists. 2 disorderly conducts, Landmark Cove and Riverside Drive. 19 disturbances, 16 domestic violence cases. Harassments and threats reports, we handled 9. 14 juvenile complaints. We had 26 noise complaints. 18 parking violations, 7 scams reported, 1 sex offense report. 88 suspicious circumstances / vehicles and persons. We had 6 theft reports. We did have an issue with packages being taken from the area of North Shore development, and I believe a couple of the reporting parties on that did not opt to pursue charges. They did locate a couple juveniles and had that addressed with the family, and we increased patrols as well for that neighborhood. We did 40 traffic complaints, traffic details 10. We centered enforcement again on Millmore throughout September, Madison Avenue, Nelmar Drive, and West Jackson. 3 trespass complaints, 3 vandalisms, 28 lockouts, 32 welfare checks. I will mention we did do a SWAT deployment from an incident on Oakwood Boulevard that will probably be reflected in the next time we meet for the stats of October. It was the first week of October. We were called down for an argument between 2 males. The one male threatened the other with a firearm and fired 2 shots at him, as reported by the victim and the witness. The team was deployed to intervene, and eventually the male suspect was taken in custody after surrendering from an RV in the driveway. He was charged with attempted felonious assault. Some noteworthy trainings we recently had. We hosted a 4-day canine training at the Sheriff's Office Public Safety Center. This was facilitated by a notable company out of Nebraska. They've been nationally acclaimed for their tactical teachings, and they came out, and I guess it was the first time they came out to Northeast Ohio. They sent instructors from Minnesota. The program included multiple agencies. They had a total of 13 departments from Cuyahoga County, Lake, and a few from out of state. And I believe the second portion of that training was held out here at the Lake County Fairgrounds. So all that went well. It's a great training. SWAT team also trained and offered some free training to Lake and Geauga County agencies, and that also was completed at the fairgrounds. They concentrated on open air movements in response to active shooter, and like I said, that went really well. Was well received. I stopped out at that training. I thought it was very well done and phenomenal training. Bus violations. I know last time I was here, it was the start of the year, and we had quite a few. The district reports those to me via email with all the video included, and we get it assigned to deputies. And I know when we spoke last, we put some cautions out there on that as well. I have seen a decline in bus violations, so I think that's been definitely an improvement to speak on. The speed trailer, I'm being advised, I believe has already made its way to Outrigger. It was supposed to. I'll check on that later today. It's supposed to be moving to Outrigger Cove.
It is. I saw a video of a teenager running his speed on it. So
Yeah. Okay.
He hit 17 miles an hour.
That's
on
pretty
the
good,
speed
isn't
trailer.
it?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, that's working
geared.
already.
So it's out there already.
And lastly, the Halloween night, trick or treat night, next Tuesday, we have extra patrol deputies assigned to special patrol, two for Painesville Township. That's to complement the road patrol deputies that will also be out there, obviously, getting into those communities. So we'll have one on the east side. As far as those extra assigned deputies, we'll have one on the east side and one focused on this side.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Department reports. Service.
The brush drop area will be open Monday through Friday for the entire month of November from 7:30 until 3, and will continue to be open on Saturdays. The last day for the brush drop Saturday's 10 to 2.
And this is from 11:1 from now until 11:30.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not from now. From November 1st.
November 1st
through the 30th.
End. Okay.
Yes.
So 11:30. Okay.
Our first curbside leaf collection will be on Saturday, November 18th. The bags need to be out by the curb by 7:30 on that day. And then we will have a second collection on Saturday, December 2nd. That one will be weather permitting. if for some reason we had a winter weather event on that day and it got delayed,
November 18th.
people could still put them out and they would get picked up. Okay. All right. That's what I have.
Fire? Nothing to add. Zoning?
Nothing to add, Mr. Chairman.
Legal?
I have nothing to add.
Nothing additional.
Administrator, nothing. Fiscal officer.
I request a resolution to certify the following cleanup costs and amounts for these following properties and amounts: 34 Oakwood Boulevard for $286 and 1638 Madison Avenue for $286.
Oh,
You don't,
okay.
you don't see the dollar
I
amounts
see,
on
all right.
they're on the
Motion?
things here on the resolution.
So here, motion?
Second. Where's
No, I need a
So
motion.
moved.
second?
Discussion. So
They weren't
not
on
in
there.
there.
It's not on the
The
paper.
$286 were not on the
The agenda.
agenda, but they are in our resolution here.
In each
Yeah,
property is
okay, I see.
$286.
Well, each property was $286, correct?
and that,
Is that just a typo for? Because this is the first time I've ever seen it like that.
That she forgot to add in the dollar amounts. Yes.
Okay.
And Rachel's training.
Okay.
Rachel's training.
and then,
Okay.
and so in your report you had some ideas on how to maybe
She said we're gonna hit that up later.
we're gonna catch that later. Okay. I had forgotten about it until we got here, and I thought it was a great idea. So, all right, motion in a second. No more questions.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anything else?
That's all I have. Thanks.
Okay. Trustees, I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Cuyahoga Concrete in the amount of $3,675 for road materials for the service department.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Whoop, discussion. Ooh.
That is not for road materials. That is a company that does the saw cutting. So that was the amount that
For road
charged us to saw cut.
Road services.
road services for the service department. Okay.
Should have to reread it.
Do I have to amend that?
It would be an amendment of the motion to modify the motion. So there would be a motion to modify. The
Okay, I need a
resolution.
motion to modify to change the word materials to services.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Okay.
so I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Cuyahoga Concrete in the amount of $3,675 for road services for the service department.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Henderson in the amount of $24,691 for a plow for a new truck in the service department.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Osborne Inc. in the amount of $12,154 for road materials for the service department.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Stuffin in the amount of $199,953.75 for the down payment of a new fire truck for a total selling price of $793,566.45.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Discussion.
Okay.
So this is the down payment. When does the balance come payment upon delivery? Which is what, 25?
Yeah, roughly
All right.
48 months.
We could have put more down, but now that we're getting bigger interest, it didn't make sense to
Yeah,
pay for it all at
It's
once.
a typo. It's Sutton, not Stefan.
that's what I thought. I thought it pronounced. I said that sounds weird. Okay.
Okay. Call
We
for
get the
roll.
generic
All
version.
those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Time Clock Plus LLC in the amount of $3,285 to set up payroll software for the service department and town hall.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Provision in the amount of $3,541 for the township newsletter.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to adopt a resolution to declare the month of November to be Diabetes Awareness Month in Painesville Township.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve payment to Pradco in the amount of $20,400 for lieutenant testing in the fire department.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Discussion.
Ooh.
Is this for lieutenant or captain?
This was,
The prior?
yes,
Okay.
previous administration. This is one reason why we're not going back to Fred.
Okay. Call roll.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 I I need a motion to adopt a resolution to approve change order number 1 submitted by the Trimore Corporation, the amount of $76,246.02 for OPWC project CG38Z.
So moved.
Second discussion. So, in the conversation we had prior, that there's a credit coming back on this, but we have to approve this number even though the credit's coming back. I thought the difference was 40 grand approximately.
So, and that was
How does that work?
So we have the invoice in front of us showing the original contract amount, a deletion of $36,000, this additional 76 and change, with a total amended contract cost.
You want to approve it? You want to approve a change order like that for an additional cost for the full amount? If something comes under, then it's not really a change order.
So we're not paying them this much more. This
Correct.
authorizes up to it. It's like 30-some thousand.
Just approving the
40,000
change order.
more.
You're just
We're approving the change order. The change order doesn't take into
Yes.
account the total credit that's coming on the
And
bill.
the change order has a number to it. Change order number 1. So you want to any changeovers that are in the contract, you're going to want to approve them.
Because it's an addition, right? So we're approving an addition.
Well, is this the final invoice? Do we know?
No, the information I got was if we needed to approve that change order so that then he could work on the closing out the contract.
So this doesn't authorize a $76,000 additional payment to them,
Yes.
but there's a credit coming back to us,
Yeah, but
which
that's
is
not
what
part
this
of the
shows.
change order.
The math on there.
But it's on there.
It shows the original contract,
Yeah.
and then they subtracted that amount, added that amount, so the original contract is basically going to be 40-some thousand more.
He's asking why we're not putting 40,000 that number instead of
Why we're not
76.
doing a net number instead of what? the
Yeah, we
actual
should be
change
doing that
order-
red number, $36,165.
That's not the change order.
That's not the change order, though.
But it,
So when you do the
Kinda.
closeout, when you do the contract closeout,
there'll be a final
that's
adjusted change
that's when
order
it'll
then.
Yes.
be reflected.
So we're going to vote on something again.
For the closeout, do you vote on the closeouts?
I don't know.
No, no,
I don't think so.
OPWC.
We approved the contract for the original amount, and now we're just amending that based on a change order.
So why don't we approve it for that dollar amount, the 873?
Yeah, where it would be approving. Well,
Because the change order they're performing isn't 40,000. The change order they're performing is a $76,000 change order. We're getting a credit elsewhere on the project, correct?
Correct.
So we're approving a $76,000 change order. They're crediting the total bill, the 36,000. The what we're approving, it costs 76,000, right?
No, that's not the way this reads, Gabe. You're going from 833 to 873. That's a $40,000
We're not approving
difference.
the total bill though. We're just approving the change order.
But you're authorizing 76,000 more payable to them.
Because the top of this, they are saying these alterations were made to the contract. There's a deletion of 36,000 and an addition of 76. So this change order number 1 does show the deletion and addition. So
Should be that number, right?
it should be the difference. I think it should be the difference of the original contract amount and the amended contract amount, which is about $40,000.
So is that change order something that we requested over and above the scope of the original contract?
Yes.
Okay. That may need to be separated because of the scope change.
Yeah, but they included the deletions on here. Well, there's only half of it. Chuck took the other half.
This is where it ended. This is what we're approving. So if this is what we're approving, they could charge us up to this number.
So, yeah, I guess I would question whether it's approving change order number 1,
In the community.
increasing the
Get somebody to take a picture. or something.
approved contract amount from this to that.
You're on,
I think that's probably the
the
way
guy,
it should be worded.
Mm-hmm.
so I'll let you know when I have something.
So
I've done these
typically-
final adjusting, and that says final. Well,
Yeah,
that
it does say
has says
final. I would put the lower dollar amount in there.
So
Can you pass that second page to me for a second?
I'm comfortable doing that.
So
And
okay.
if there's an issue, we could always.
With doing
Address
what?
it.
What am we doing?
So we're gonna have to amend the resolution to approve change order number 1.
With
Which-
an expenditure not
which-
to exceed.
Well, which increases the contract amount from
Just say
X
not
to Y.
exceed.
Yeah.
Not
Can't
to
we just say approve change order number 1, the
Mm.
final,
I say I would be more
and
comfortable if we
include that
put
with the resolution?
increasing the contract amount
Increase the
from
contract amount
Yeah.
from 833
Yes.
to 873.
yes, I think that's the way
Probably
to
be
go.
the best way to do it.
So we need to amend.
Amend a contract amount.
That's a whole. No, we're not.
We need to amend the resolution request, right?
Yeah. Okay. May I see that document? So I could read.
You can read the motion.
Yeah. All right, so it would be a motion to modify the resolution to approve change order number 1 submitted by the Trimore Corporation to increase the total contract amount from $833,561 to $873,640.57
For OPWC.
for OPWC project CG38Z.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now that modification is on the table. All you need to do is call a vote on the modification.
So it's just an all in favor? Is that
Yeah.
So I need a motion to adopt.
Nope.
Res-
You don't need a motion anymore because that motion is still on the floor. It's still pending.
Okay.
So now it's the amended resolution that is on the table.
Okay. So all those in favor?
Aye.
aye?
Anything else?
Nope.
Motion to adjourn at 11:37.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sir?
Earlier this
Motion.
year,